And welcome to the show. My name is Etoma Edu.
All right, good morning, Nigeria. The table is set. Welcome. It's always a pleasure to have you join us every morning. I am Ria Abdul.
It's a Tuesday morning. We're here again to give you all the information that you need to know. I'm Ibrahim Shita.
Of course, the table is set because I'm here today. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. This is TVC Breakfast on Tuesday. My name is Nelson Etta. It's good to be back on the table.
It's good to have you back. I missed you, actually. It's good to have you back.
Oh, I miss everybody as well. But, you know, I went to see the king.
And I know you brought things from the king, so we'll talk about that later. Ibrahim, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning,
I love that we're matching with blue.
Oh, nice. And we're sitting in the middle.
But anyway, it's definitely going to be a great show this morning. There's a lot to talk about. We'll have our newspaper review while we let you know everything that is on the front pages of the newspaper. And then we have quite an intriguing interview just after that. And then we'll go to Abuja for the FCT brief where we'll be speaking about the ASU. And then we will come back to Lagos where we do trending. Olamide brings us everything that is trending from all around the world. So please grab your cup of coffee and let's have a fantastic show. But we'll start with the story where the Minister of the Federal Carpentry, Nyesom Wike, has voiced strong opposition to potential return of former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi to the People's Democratic Party. Now, speaking during his monthly chat on Monday, Wike cautioned the PDP leadership against readmitting Obi, describing such a move as a step towards self-destruction. Now, for the opposition party, he also criticized the PDP for what he calls its failure to learn from the political suicide, in quotes, that led to the defeat in 2023 general elections. Now, according to Wike, the party ignored core principles such as zoning and equity mistakes that he said played a significant role in its loss. Now, Wike recalled how he and other party leaders had warned against allowing both the PDP presidential candidate and national chairman to come from the same northern region, a decision he condemned as fundamentally unjust and politically unwise. So this is the conversation, you know. Yesterday he had his media chat. We're used to this media chat where, you know.
Sorry. It's part of our national life these days.
I know, right? Sometimes we're always waiting for it. And, you know, he had said, he made this bold statement, you know, that if Peter Obi goes back, you know, to the PDP, it will weaken the party. And we know that Peter Obi is not new to PDP. You know, he had been in PDP before and then he left. He stated obvious reasons why he left. Although Peter Obi has not come back to say that, you know, he is going to the PDP. But when you look at it, I remember the other day, Ibrahim said on the table, he may go back because when we look at the ADC, it's possible that Atiku will come out as the presidential candidate. And he had already said that he was never going to be vice to anybody. And we're hoping that he's going to stay true to his word. So at the end of the day, where can he go? Is he going to go back to Labour Party? We don't know. But it's looking like PDP. But this is what Wike is saying now, that if he returns, the party will be weakened.
You see, Obi himself, I can't read his body language. You know, he's not giving you any inclination by the way, the things he says, the way he moves, that I am interested in this or I'm interested in that. He's still in the Labour Party, you know, so he's not going back to the Labour Party. He's still there, you know. And yes, he's allowing everybody to talk to him. He's allowing the PDP to talk to him. He's allowing ADC and so on and so forth. There's something Wike knows, you know, that we may not know, you know, that has made him make such a categorical statement. And from all indications, body language again, of the PDP, it looks as if they are very close to convincing Obi to come over. Last time he left, now they are wooing him back. And Wike is sounding a note of warning. When you want to look at the warnings that Wike has given before now, that man seems to hit the nail on the head most times. Yeah. You know, he says, look, this shouldn't happen. If this happens, this will happen. They ignore it, and exactly what he says happen. So I want to say, because of the history that we have about him, maybe PDP should listen to Wike. And number two, let's see if Obi is actually listening to PDP with the intention of going back. Time will tell.
Time will definitely tell. But Ibrahim, talking about even Peter Obi and Labour Party, if you ask me, I think people were even saying that when you had, you were with the ADC people, you should say whether you are leaving Labour Party or not, but he didn't say anything. So it's like one leg in, one leg out. We don't know what is really happening with him and Labour, although he has not said anything yet. But what do you make of the fact, do you think it's logical for him to go back to the PDP? Because when he was leaving the PDP, he had said some of the reasons, that there was bribery and all of that. So is he better now? Is it logical for him to go back now?
Well, it is only insinuations, and we've not heard directly from him whether he's going to leave the Labour Party. The only thing we've heard from him is that he's going to collaborate with all the parties as against him leaving the party. Because
but at the Labour Party, are they okay with that? That's another question.
So he's also having problem within the Labour Party. Labour Party is factionalized. So when Wike is saying that, Minister Wike is saying that if Obi returns to the PDP, as you've said, the party which he had criticized of corruption, of bad leadership, of plunging Nigeria into the abysmal situation that we find ourselves today. So he going back to that party will amount to hypocrisy, because you can't say good night someone and you come back immediately and you say good morning, according to the Yoruba proverb. So all of this coming out together, and then we've been hearing Obi saying that the only thing I need to do is if I become president, I will only spend 4 years single term. And others are saying that, come on, this is a blatant lie. We even had El-Rufai saying back in the day that people should stop that nonsense about spending 4 years, because you know that you can't achieve meaningful development in a country like Nigeria in 4 years. So we've seen what Wike is saying. We've had him, and then he had advocated that the power should, the presidency should be rotated or zoned to the south. It has been done now. So we want to see what level of animosity or what level of kicking he will be doing, which we're already seeing. Others are also asking Jonathan to come, and Jonathan's already said, come on, I'm not interested in all of these shenanigans that you guys are trying to play, because he's saying that people that are inviting Jonathan again are also people that stabbed him in the back back then in 2014. So it remains to be seen. So but with all of this, whether Obi is going to join the PDP, we know that these people do not have what is called integrity in terms of say something and following through. Obi has once said that he will never leave Apuga, that he is going to die in Apuga, and we've seen that he left Apuga to the PDP, to the Labour Party, so we do not know where he's going to fall into next.
But let me come to you with this, Nelson. One of the reasons why Obi left the PDP, he had said godfatherism was a lot in that party, and now the question is, has that left the party? But that's just on one side. On the other side, it's like almost going back to your vomit, because he has said he's not going to be vice president, and we see what is happening with, the other party, the ADC, that it's looking like Atiku will be. What is the logical thing for him to do now? In your understanding, I know you love politics a lot. What do you think? Although he has not come out to say anything, so we do not know, but logically, what do you think will be the right thing for him to do? And the fact that now with Labour, he's also shaky.
I love politics because politics is quite an intriguing game, and sometimes I love things that gets my brain working. I sat down with Wike the last week he wanted to hand over to Governor Fubara, and I asked him the question. This was at his home in Port Harcourt, Ada George, and I asked him, I said, why did you vote for or campaign strongly for a Tinubu administration? And he said he saw the future. At this juncture in our political structure in this country, anybody who doubts what Wike says would do that at his own peril. This man seems to know the political strategies and the tactics required in this game called politics to score the ball continually into the net. And so if he's bringing the alarm to say, Obi should not come back to PDP, he knows something that every other person might not be seeing initially. And I think the PDP should learn her lesson at this time, that anytime Wike says something and they go against it, it always falls back to what he says. However, I'm not saying that he couldn't or he can't make a mistake. He's also human.
About to go there,
But Obi himself, like Etoma rightly said, has not gesticulated to say, I'm going back to the PDP. Right. Even though that is not an option that is off the table, he can go back. Because politics is a game of interest. He would weigh his options to see, is PDP going to be the place where I can be given the ticket to run as the president? Because he says he's not going to be a vice president to anybody. I don't see ADC doing that for him.
I don't see that.
Labour Party, which is here and there, I don't see them doing as well that for him. But Peter Obi would be missing a huge thing when he is against godfatherism. Because if he had stood his ground and delivered the kind of leadership required of his cloud, into the Labour Party, maybe that party would have still been won today.
But Nelson, let me just say something. I was reading comments on social media where people were saying that they think that the biggest mistake was him, leaving the Labour Party. Do you agree?
Leaving the Labour Party?
No, or like just, it's shaky with the Labour Party. It's not like they even love him like that in the Labour Party.
Be a biggest mistake?
Yeah, people were saying that he shouldn't have even gone to the ADC, and if he leaves,
no, it's just collaboration.
Yeah.
It's just coalition, rather.
Yes, but
he
could
has not fixed Labour Party together.
That's what we're saying. Like, he could have made Labour Party stand strong and still be there.
Yes. You see, immediately after the election that saw President Tinubu win the presidency, Labour Party's problem started immediately.
Yeah.
That's right.
And there was so much noise. This person is Mr. Chairman, that person is not chairman, and so on and so forth. And the guy was, or want of a better phrase to use, was licking his wounds of the defeat in the polls.
That's to tell you that it's all about personal
the thing really touched him. And talking about saying that this party is bad and there's a tendency of him going back there, a lot of politicians are guilty of that. So it's something that we've seen over and over again.
Yeah. So it wouldn't
just
be
quickly, a point quickly.
For Peter Obi to go back to the PDP or anywhere else he wants to go. Or anywhere that gets you the ticket, maybe.
Do you know that? I say 2027 is going to be a movie, and we're definitely going to be here to give you all those updates, and we'll let you know how it pans out. But we'll take a quick breather now. When we return, Nelson is ready for the newspaper review. Don't go anywhere. This is TVC Breakfast.